Hello, hello. Welcome and good afternoon to our quick start. I'm going to stream this live on Facebook right now and kind of keep an eye on that and some questions as that's happening. And we'll be ready to go in just a second. So we should be live here shortly. There we go. All right. Let me know where you're tuning in from this morning. Hello, everyone on Facebook. Welcome. And welcome to those of you on Zoom that are joining me for this quick start session. Please take note, for those of you on Zoom, please take note of the chat box and the Q&A box. That's where you will be able to ask questions to me. I'm also keeping an eye on the Facebook live stream. We are now broadcasting live on the Facebook Remax INTEGRA US page. Welcome one and all. My name is Michelle Hoyt. I am Manager of Education and Development here at remax INTEGRA. And we are going to get started with a power hour of getting started with the remax technology tools. So welcome to those of you that are joining us that are brand new to remax, or maybe you're just joining us to get a refresher on what is happening in the world of remax tools, because you can never stop learning, right? So we're definitely going to get started here in just a moment. I want to go ahead and, hi Cindy, I see you on Facebook, nice to see you. I miss seeing everyone in person. That's actually the part that I really miss. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let's see, Burlington, Wisconsin. Welcome, Kyle. Hope everyone is doing well. So what I want to do is, so first of all, again, I want to officially welcome you. The purpose of this Quick Start webinar is we do these once a month to help you get set up on the remax technology tools. And we also do an extended boosh edition, which I'm going to be hosting also on Monday, November 16th at the same time, which is 1 Central, 2 Eastern. And that's a longer extended version. We'll go longer than an hour to make sure that we take a deeper dive into getting you set up on the boosh technology platform, which is your CRM, your websites. We will touch on that today, at least some initial steps to get you started. And that's going to be a lot of exciting things. So we are recording this session. It will be posted on our Remax INTEGRA YouTube channel, and it will be sent to you also in a follow-up email directly for those of you that are on Zoom. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover quite a bit, and we're going to get started. So before we jump into Max Center, which Max Center, of course, is the single sign-on center, I do want to officially welcome all of you that are brand new to Remax. So we love having you. And this hour is going to be helpful to help you get started and off in the right direction. So I'm officially glad to have you all here and officially welcome you. All right, so let's talk about Max Center. Now, Max Center is the gateway into all the Remax tools, right? So it's remax.net. But before we dive into that, let's be realistic about when and how often you're going to access these tools. Now, most likely you're going to be out and about, and you're going to be virtual and running around and need to be doing your business remotely. So one of the things that you can do is to set up a mobile shortcut for Max Center. Now, if you've looked for an app on the Google Play Store or the App Store for Max Center, there is not one at this time. So what we are going to have you do is set up a mobile shortcut, because then you can get to the full desktop version of all of the tools. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, I will let you know in advance, I'm going to project my iPhone onto the screen, but Android, I'll be certainly happy to help you with that. And I can kind of coach you through some of that. So let me go ahead and get my phone up on the screen, and we're going to set up a mobile shortcut for Max Center, so then you can get to all of these tools, which is the full desktop version. So let me go ahead and get this set up, and we'll be ready to go. Okay. All right, in just a minute here, you should see my phone. And there we are. So what this is going to look like is we're going to have you set up a shortcut for Max Center. And I will show you actually what that looks like. So it looks just like an application, but it's kind of like on your desktop where you set up a shortcut. So right here in the bottom, there's a red and blue X, and that's Max Center. So again, it looks like an app, but it's really a mobile shortcut. So for those of you on a Safari, I'm sorry, on an Apple device, you want to do this on Safari. For those of you on Android, you need to do this on Chrome, because those are your native browsers for your mobile device. So once again, I'm on iPhone, I'm on Safari. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and go to remax.net. So when you go to Safari, you want to type in remax.net. Okay, so I'm going to start from the beginning. So remax.net. If I could type today. There we go. All right, so remax.net. So on Android, you're going to be on Chrome. On Apple, you're going to be on Safari. So we're opening it up. We're going to remax.net. Now, if you would like to go ahead and type in your login, you can. To save time, if you want to do it later, that's fine too. I've gone ahead and actually asked my phone to remember my password. So it's going to go ahead and log me in. And I can give you a quick little tech tip if you want to know how to save your passwords on an Apple device. Sorry, Android. But so you're both going to be logging into remax.net. Now, as you can see all of the same things on here that you can on desktop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now save this as a mobile shortcut. So here's what we're going to do. We are on Safari. At the bottom of your screen, right above your home button, is this square with the arrow. So we're going to click that, and then we're going to move this up to the option where it says Add to Home Screen. So we're going to click Add to Home Screen, and now it's going to ask us to go ahead and add it. And we're going to do that. So when we click Add, I've done this a few times, but as you can see, it will drop it at the end of your apps, so then it is a mobile shortcut. Now on Android, what you're going to do is when you have remax.net pulled up on your Chrome, there's 3 little dots in the top corner. Click that. And what it will do is it will give you a drop-down menu with the same option to add to home screen. So now you're all set with Max Center. Now, for those of you really quick on an Apple device, on an iPhone, if you want to save your passwords, it's entirely up to you. You need to go to your settings. So this button right here, settings. And then what you need to do is you need to scroll downward. So we're going to scroll down all the way down to where it says passwords. Okay. So you'll see it'll show up here in just a second. There's a little bit of a delay. So right here where it says passwords. And then you're going to get the option where it says autofill passwords, and you click that. And you want to make sure this toggle is turned over to the right so it's green. So that means it's going to remember your passwords that you fill in. In the case, if those of you that have Apple devices know what keychain is, that's an Apple term. Or you can obviously use Chrome in this instance. I do have the Chrome app on my iPhone. So whatever your preference is, this is an iPhone setting. For those of you on Android, look up maybe on YouTube how you save passwords. Okay, so here's one more thing I want to do before we go to the desktop. One more thing I'd like you to do on your mobile device is I'd like you to download the Boosh CRM mobile app, okay? So this is going to be helpful for a couple different reasons, actually. So you want to go to the App Store or Google Play Store, and you type in Boosh CRM mobile app. Now this is going to be how you're going to be able to access your contacts and some of their information and some of your communications with your clients on this particular mobile app. So it's called Boosh CRM. By the way, Boosh stands for Be Original or Jealous. It's a tech company that we acquired a couple of years ago. And you're going to find Boosh CRM. And then what you're going to do is you're going to download that. Now I've already done that, so mine says open. So I'm going to go ahead and click open. And it's already taking me to my app that I'm already logged into. Now, just so you know, what you need to log into the Boosh CRM mobile app is you need to log in with your Max Center credentials. So there we go again. This is why it's important to get your mobile browser to remember your passwords so you don't have to keep doing this. So again, your Max Center credentials is what logs you into your Boosh CRM mobile app. So in this case, what we're going to do is, now there's a couple of things I want you to see as we're in here, but the Boosh Sierra mobile app, we'll get more into the platform. We'll definitely get more detailed into this on the 16th. So please join me. But you're going to be able to see communications, as I mentioned. You're going to be able to see your contacts. You will be able to see all kinds of information about that and contact records. But in the top right corner, what's really, really important that I want you to see is this particular section. Now you'll have notifications, which are lead events and leads that you received and that sort of thing. But right here, this particular link that says branded mobile app, click that. And what it's going to do, it's going to give you an option to text that. So just choose the texting option. What you have done is you have generated your own very unique mobile URL link that will prompt others that receive it to download the Remax search app, and it will automatically be branded to you. So that's very cool, right? So what the reason you're doing that is when someone's using your version of the Remax app, you're going to receive all their lead inquiries. So you're connected with them. You have become their preferred buyer's agent. Everything they do and favorite and all the property events they do and ask about, those come directly to you, regardless of whose listing it is. So this link is unique to you. So you want to save this link, you want to copy this link, you want to make sure that this is something that you use and promote. Let me show you what that looks like on the consumer side. On the consumer side, now if you haven't done this already, go ahead and download the Remax search app yourself. I think I just skipped over it. We'll find it here in just a second. Uh-oh, did I accidentally delete it? That wouldn't be good. Maybe I did accidentally delete it. I wouldn't be surprised based on all the information that I do. Okay, so let me re-download that. And that will show, so how it looks on that side. Let me go to the App Store. And this is good for you to do too. Type in Remax. And that's it at the top. It's white with a red, white, and blue balloon background. So I've got a slight delay here between my phone and what's happening on the screen. So again, we're typing in Remax. And you can type it in the wrong way, which, by the way, it's always all caps and a slash is the correct way to spell Remax. So go ahead and accept the terms just like a consumer would. Allow it to use your location and everything else that you would like that it takes you through. But here's what happens when you actually have an app that's branded to an agent. When you click on menu, it's going to automatically have your agent information saved at the top. So you can actually go onto this app, you can search for agents, choose that you want to work with yourself, and then you're going to be featuring yourself as your agent on this particular app. So remember, this is consumer facing. The two that we just did are for you personally to use in your own toolbox. So that's the shortcut to Max Center, and that's the Boosh Sierra mobile app. This is consumer facing. So as a consumer, I already have an agent at the top of my screen. That's my agent. I can do anything I want, like favorite properties, and hide them. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sending all these messages directly to my chosen agent, my preferred buyer's agent. So in the case of this, so when you are someone's preferred buyer's agent, they open up this menu, they see you at the top. They can click info to see your profile. By the way, this profile is fed from Max Center, which we're going to go over here in just a second. And that's why it's really important to have it all updated. So your photo, your current listings are there. It will also map them out, a little bit about you, and even some of your social media information. Now here's another place. When you have your own Remax search app set up, what you can do from here yourself is you can actually share it directly from here too. So you open up your profile just like I've done here, and there's a share button here in the top. And this is exactly the same process as what we had just done from the Boosh Sierra mobile app. So see, there's a couple different ways to share it. And that'll be really great. Like I said, send this to your family, send this to your buyers right now. Here's the conversation you have. Hey, I want to make things easy for you. People love to hear that, don't they? I want to make things easy for you. I know you're searching at a lot of different websites for homes. I want to make it easy for you. I'm going to text you a link to my very own Remax search app. Download this, use this, favorite properties, ask me questions. Everything you do on this particular search app will come directly to me. We are going to be on the same page. So people will love that. So you can talk about that, make it easy for them. Even with your sellers, those that are trying to sell their home, they're still not quite sure where they're going to go. Just give them something to do. Keep them occupied, because you know that's one of the toughest things. If homes aren't selling really fast in their area or theirs isn't, give them something to do, and they'll actually love being involved. All right. Let me know if there's any questions on that. I'm just going to kind of monitor that. I see that some of you are on Facebook watching. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that was understanding. I do see a couple of comments, and hello, Mary from New Hampshire. Great to have you on here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this phone off the screen. We are done. We have to put our mobile devices down. I know it's easy to get distracted by them. And now we are on the desktop of Max Center. Okay, so we are good to go on the mobile, and we'll get more into that. As I said, even what will happen is on the 16th, I'll get really in depth into boosh, but we're going to kind of go over all the main areas of the Remax toolbox in its highest level at this time, just to get you started. Okay, so we are in Max Center. Again, remax.net is the way to get into the tools. Now, just so you know, it is best to use Google Chrome on your desktop for all of the Remax tools. It is the optimum browser. You're going to be able to update. You're not going to be missing fields. Sometimes if you try to access Max Center and update your profile and some of the other features from other devices like a tablet or a Surface or an iPad, you might be missing some fields. So if you run into any issues and you're trying to do things on those type of devices or in another browser besides Chrome, please try using Chrome on desktop first before you put in a help ticket or sort of ask anyone in your brokerage for help. But just remember, Chrome is ideal. Now, I'm a Mac user and I use Chrome as my primary browser, so go figure. So some of you can try it on Safari, you might get so far, but again, if you run into issues, please make sure you've got Chrome downloaded and you're using that for the most part. When you go to remax.net, what I recommend is you bookmark this so it becomes a shortcut on your actual bookmarks bar. As you can see mine across the top here. So you would actually just color in the little star. I've already done that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to save that as a bookmark, and then you're good to go with Max Center. So same thing about remembering your passwords, and you're good to go. Now, some of you might have a different view than me. When you log in and you go to the home page, now I've obviously been in here already and been doing things, but you're going to be able to get to your main applications. There's also, pay attention to the notifications and the news and the events that are announced right here on this particular platform. So like here's a big webinar coming up with one of our preferred social media trainers, Katie Lance. She's awesome. And then here's some recorded webinars. Here's just some news in general, which is fantastic. Now, the main thing about Max Center is the apps, okay? So this is the gateway into all the Remax tools in the Remax technology toolbox. Before we get started with anything though, it is really, really important, this is vital, that you set up your profile properly. Some of you might have already gone through some of this, but let's just do a quick review. From any screen on Max Center, you need to go over here to where your picture is on the right-hand side. You click that picture, and then I want you to click on Update Profile. This profile in Max Center will feed out to two different audiences. It will go out to the Remax Referral Network, which is the internal directory for you to potentially get more referrals from Remax agents across the globe. It will also feed out to consumers on remax.com and your website in boosh, as well as the office website. So there's two audiences that you must cater to when you set up this profile. Now, not all of the information shows to one or both. I will kind of give you an idea what happens when you do that. So what we have right here, so first of all, your profile overview should be here. I want you to pay attention to this ID number right here. So Remax ID number. This will be needed down the road. We have certain apps and tools here in the Remax toolbox that you may need to reference that ID number. So you might want to jot that down, or each of you has a unique number. Jot it down, put it on your notes on your mobile device and similar. Double check your information on your office. Make sure all the information is transferring over. If you're part of a multi-office brokerage and the wrong office is showing, not the one you're based out of or something like that, let your office know too. And I'll also show you where to go for support. You can take a quick glance at your contact information. So obviously your mobile device should be current. Let's talk a little bit about this ISP email. So if I see something here right away, first of all, that's not correct, I can click edit. But let's talk about this part right here. So all of you have been assigned a remax.net username. So mine is mhoyt@remax.net. However, it forwards to my primary email, which in this case is this one, my Remax Integra. Now, in your case, it would be your Gmail, it would be your Yahoo, or maybe your own domain or your own email that you've set up. Now, the reason is, so first of all, there's no inbox. A consumer or a client can email you at this address. However, it will always get forwarded to your primary email address. So it's not like you will miss emails, it gets forwarded. The purpose of this is to obviously give you a unique username to get into all the Remax tools, but also you can use it for marketing. It's a vanity email. So you can put this on your signs where it says remax.net. That kind of gives it a branding approach to it. It gives you that identification and a brand identity. You can put that on your business cards. You can put it wherever you want. You have a primary email, so just make sure it is the correct one. So if it's not, then you need to go in here and edit that, especially if some of you just got a new domain name and you have an email attached to it. You definitely want to make sure it's forwarding to the proper place. So the other thing, so we were started out on the profile overview. So some of the other things are the social media, which we'll get to in just a second, but I wanted to explain a little bit about that primary email or the forwarder. Let's look at general information. So this is where you can go through and obviously double check some of the demographics about yourself. Then you want to get into the contact info like where we just were. So for web and social media, what I have showing here, now I would go, maybe that's not a good idea. So make sure it's one that you're active on. So obviously you can add Instagram, you can add some of these others as well. Sorry, no TikTok or Snapchat, we're not there yet, but that can be added. Now here's where this is important. Not only will this information feed into your profile on remax.com and some of the other key website components on boosh, but also the Remax referral directory. So your fellow Remaxers around the globe that can potentially send you business, some of them are extremely active on social media. And so it's very important that you have your social presence identified here, even if it's just Facebook, have something there so that they can see that, because that actually is important to them. They want to interact. They want to see that you're engaged in social media and doing some current and relevant things. So at least get that on there. You would copy and paste your actual profile URL. You have to open these platforms. You have to get there. Some of you are probably thinking, when's the last time I logged on to LinkedIn? Hopefully you can get back in there, but add that information because it's important. Now your actual website address, so you may not be able to do this until you set up your boosh website, and that's okay too. But what you want to do is you want to select from here, this would be your agent website, and you put the address in here, and that would be the full URL, again, including the HTTP and everything that goes along with it. You always want to be included in the web directory. Again, that is the Remax referral directory where you want to have this information showing on there. So as you build each of these, make sure you check this box to include in the web directory. And if you want to set this one as your primary, again, being your website, you can change your cell phone number here. If your office has a fax number, which just about all of yours do, please add the fax number in here. I know it sounds very, I guess, archaic, but at the same time, there are still people that fax, and your office most likely may have an e-fax number, but go ahead and put it in because there will be some that actually want to fax instead of emailing or scanning. So they might have access to a fax machine. You just never know. All right, let's talk about your photo. This is really important as well because this is where it all begins. This is that first impression, and you only have one shot at that. So here's what you've got to do is you want to make sure you're using a high resolution image for your particular photo. Now, a headshot that's professional, try not to do a selfie unless that's all you can do right now. Have someone take a photo of you with your smartphone if that's what you have access to. I mean, a lot of the smartphones take amazingly high quality photos now, but have some Remax branding behind you, make it look professional, wear your pin. You know, the colors are beautiful right now in most of our areas with the fall, although I know some snow has happened in New England already and upper Midwest, but maybe take a really nice but professional outdoor shot right now and show some of the fall colors around you. But the key is to make sure it's current and it's you. I know there's a lot of photos out there. I see them out there. They're pixelated, they're grainy, they're 10 years old. We don't want that for you. We want you to showcase who you are so people can connect with you. Make sure you get your photo on here right away. Now, the size is really important. So when you go to add your photo, it's giving you specification recommendations. It's saying the photo should be less than 5 megabytes. And by the way, that's huge. That's a huge photo size-wise. And most professional photographers are in this ballpark. They're in the 1 to 5 megabyte range for a size. But this is going to ensure, of course, again, high quality. It's not blurry, it's not pixelated. You want to make sure it's a really good photo and high quality. Let's look at personal details. Now, this is going to be part of your homework because you won't be able to do all this in one setting right now. So when you're watching this back, you can pause, you can check back and reference back to things that you might have missed. What you want to do is your biography. Now, your bio, this is not what you might think a bio is. I wouldn't recommend, although it's your space, you can do whatever you want with it, maybe not the time to recite your resume. I did this, I sold this many homes, or I would make this a lot more personal and a lot more human, if you know what I mean. What consumers are looking for today is a real connection with someone. I know that there's all these notions out there, technology can replace everybody. No, they still want to work with a human being. They're still going to come to you for that reason. So give them a reason to make that connection and find some common ground. So you can talk about why you got into real estate, where you actually work, and maybe you were born and raised in your area. I was born and raised in Milwaukee or wherever you are. And then you can talk a little bit about you if you feel comfortable doing so. When I'm not working, I can be found camping, fishing, boating, doing all kinds of golfing, whatever it is that you're doing, add that piece to it. Let people connect with you and see the real you. If you want to make reference to the fact that you have children, that you have a dog, whatever the case is, you should definitely do that for sure. All right, so, and by the way, there's no spell check here. So I would recommend you do this on a Google Doc or a Word document where you can spell check and you can grammar check and then copy and paste it in. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at what else? Your education. Now, if you're brand new to real estate and you have a degree, I highly recommend you put it in here. I know you're going to feel somewhat pressured and maybe a little bit challenged to sort of build credibility for yourself, but bring your previous experience, bring your life experience into this role and give yourself that solid ground to start building your real estate career if you're brand new. Even if you're not brand new to real estate, please, if you have a degree above at any level, really, associate's, bachelor, whatever, please feel free to brag about yourself and put it on here. This is also what this is going to show is on the REMAX referral directory. So your fellow agents will see it. Let's talk about your civic activities. Now, this would be charitable organizations or community organizations that you are involved in. You can put as many as you want, and you don't have to be serving on the board. You don't even have to give big donations every year. But if this is something you feel passionate about, and maybe you've given a donation here or there, if you've attended an event, or someone you're close to has an affiliation with one of these organizations, then please add it. Again, these are all conversation starters. You never know where these connections can be made with these other REMAX agents. Again, consumers won't see this. They won't see your hobbies. They won't see your civic activities either, but the other REMAX agents will. So that is available. You can add as many hobbies as you want. So there's a whole list of them. You just go in and you select them. Hiking, camping, whatever you like to do, just put it in there. I have heard countless success stories about agents getting contacted by other REMAX agents in the US who have a client that has the same hobby or interest that that particular REMAX agent does. This is where it can really pay off to have a complete profile. If you are multilingual or speak more than one language, this is a great opportunity to make yourself even more marketable by putting that in here. Okay. So I know it sounds like a lot of steps, but you kind of have to think through because all of this really feeds into the entire REMAX ecosystem, and it's so important that you have it all set up. I'm just going to take a quick peek. Let me know if there's any questions, if you're following along, if this is helping, because we're going to get even more into the tools now. All right. So we talked about a lot of different things, but we're going to go back to Max Center. I didn't mean to do that. I should have hit the other button. All right, so I'm logging myself back in. This is what can happen when you're live. Actually, let me close out of here. I guess I'm already in here. All right, I'm back in the apps. So what I want to show you is, so first of all, there's a lot of technology here at Remax, and you may not know where to go for help. You're going to run into things that's technology, or you're going to have questions and need support, need resources. So where you want to go is you want to go to the broker and agent support portal, and it's maxhelpsyou.com. So this is our very own support portal that we have this awesome team that is located in the Midwest. There's 4 full-time individuals. They are the front line. They support our entire North American membership at Remax INTEGRA, which is Ontario, Atlantic, Midwest, and New England. And they are there to help. You can contact them directly by going through this portal. You can also search for answers. So before you go and open up a ticket and start a conversation with someone, you might find the answer that you're looking for inside of here. So let's say you have a question about Max Center. And if you just type in Max Center, what you do is you type it in, and it's a keyword essentially, just like anything else, Design Center or anything that we're using. And there's going to be all these articles that have been put in here, frequently asked questions. You know, how do you get into Design Center? How do you get into Max Center? How does this work? So these are all going to be things, we're constantly updating these. So I'll apologize in advance if we are a week or so behind or a couple of months behind, but we're doing our very best to keep up. Technology is so fast moving that sometimes we have to just jump in there and just keep changing and updating things. Now, what you can do is you can also just go straight to the US knowledge base. So the US knowledge base would be located here. And then what you want to do is you actually want to just scan and look at some of these different topics, and you might find exactly what it is that you're looking for. Okay, so that's good stuff. Now, technology breaks. Sometimes you can't log in, sometimes it goes down, or sometimes things don't display right. We want to hear from you. We want to know that there's issues going on, because we can troubleshoot those. We can get those on record. We can go straight to the developers of our platforms in Denver. Our team can help. So if there's something going on that you're not sure of or getting an error message, you can go here and click Submit a Request. And this will enable you to open up a ticket on that particular issue and start a dialogue with one of our support specialists. So they're awesome. Travis, Joe, Chase, and Wendy. One of the 4 of them is always going to respond, and you're going to get the answers that you need, and they're going to help you with that. So just so you know, what we are going to support you on all of the Remax technology tools. What we are not, though, is we are not Google, we are not Facebook. So if you have issues on those platforms or something external from the Remax network, please make sure you know the proper support protocols to go into those areas. So we are the first to admit we can't always help in those areas, and you're better off going straight to those big platforms for their support, because they all have it. All right. Okay, where else can you get support? Now, a lot of what I'm showing you today, you can also access videos on Remax University to learn even more, or to refresh your memory or go deeper into these topics. So Remax University, as you can see here, Remax University is located in Max Center, just like everything else. And this is a huge library full of resources that are just for you. Now, if you click right here where it says webinars, there's a whole host of webinars that are either recorded or upcoming. And there's a whole team in Denver. The Remax Technology Engagement team is fantastic. We love working with them, and they're constantly hosting webinars on a lot of the Remax tools, as do we. You can also go into some of these other areas. Now, you can click on boosh. Now, as we get into boosh, we're going to touch on that lightly and get you started today, and then go deeper on the 16th. But there is a learning track. So if you want to get a jump start on that, there's an entire learning track that'll take you basically from A to Z on how to get started with boosh. So you start here on the left, you go left to right, and you're good to go. It'll walk you through all the steps to get started. Let's say that you just want to know how to import contacts. We're going to show you that today a little bit, but then you forgot and you want to go back and reference that. So you can just go to there's a lot of individual mini videos that are located inside of here where it's basically focused on one particular feature of the platform. So if you just want to know how to set up your listing manager, or to look at the contact record, what is it about the contact record? You'll notice most of these videos are under 10 minutes. It's a quick watch. This one's only 3.5, so even better. It's a quick watch, and then you can learn as you go. Learn as you need to learn it, okay? No need to go in here and watch hundreds and hundreds of videos until you actually are ready to sit down and apply it. So that's my best recommendation to you, to not get overwhelmed. There are other topics in here. My view might look slightly different than yours, as I have some of the broker owner tools in here, but this is also another place to go to with Design Center overview videos if you just want to get a really good introduction. Something else you can do here on Remax University is you can earn points. So we reward those of you that want to learn. So you'll see on the homepage, there's a leaderboard. So in the entire Remax US network, there is going to, so Ryan here, he's got 50,000 points. So for those that are top viewers of videos and content per month and per year, Remax University will reward you with prizes. So it'll be things like tech gadgets, like a Fitbit, or maybe an Amazon gift card, or something from Best Buy, or Remax University backpacks and swag, and all kinds of fun things. So you can learn and you can win prizes at the same time. So how awesome is that? So just to let you know, something else that's inside of here, a lot of you get really busy, and then all of a sudden you realize you only have a week left before CE is due, and then you have to go running somewhere to find that or take that course, which you have good resources for that. But you can also go right here inside of the Remax University CE shop, find your state, and take courses inside of here. And it will give you it's all in compliance, it's all up to date with your local state and your board, okay? So just kind of a one-stop shop for learning. And like I said, we put our content on there. We put some of our recorded webinars, and we work very closely with the Remax University team. Okay, so lots of resources there, right? Okay, so let's talk really quick about marketing and social media and branded graphics for Remax. So a lot of you are brand new to Remax, or maybe you're newer, and even if you're not, there's this marketing portal, or click on the marketing app. So this is where I went right here, marketing, inside of Max Center, and you will be able to basically rebrand yourself across social media and all kinds of other platforms, because all the graphics are here and ready to go for you. So there's an entire digital and social media section here that you can really enjoy. First of all, you will have Remax social covers. And as you can see, it's not just Facebook. There's cover art for Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. In case you didn't know, you can customize your cover art on all of those social channels. And that's what you would do. So if you start scrolling down, you'll see there's seasonal. There's always a lot of great choices for holiday, and they do keep them in there with the proper branding and graphics and everything. So their summer stuff stays in there. So they're constantly adding to this. And as I said, that's Twitter. And the reason they're different sizes is because each of those platforms, you can't use a Facebook cover photo on Twitter or YouTube or similar, because they're just different specifications on their cover art. So pay attention to that and take a look. Something else I want to highly recommend, social media is such a big, huge topic, right? And it's so part of what we do every day. But inside of here, especially if you're new to real estate, there's a social media best practices guide that you'd really enjoy. So you can actually download this. It's comprehensive. It'll take you through all the different platforms, how to use it for real estate, do's and don'ts, everything from Facebook to LinkedIn, Twitter, and even TikTok, yes, and Instagram. It's all listed out in here. The social media team at Remax LLC in Denver has done an amazing job putting this together. You should download this and check it out. There is also a social media calendar that will help you, especially if you're wondering, what do I post? How often do I post? It's a great guide for that too. All the official logos for Remax are located inside of here too. So any of our partners are the official Remax balloon, and even the brand identity manual. Here's the balloon. The brand identity manual is super important for you to download, and basically it tells you all how to use the brand and be compliant with it, because there are brand standards we must adhere to as all being part of Remax, and also the vendors and preferred partners you work with. If you're working with a local vendor that prints shirts or does business cards or anything along those lines, they need to have a copy of this manual because they need to be representing our brand properly. So it makes it real easy because it says, here's what you do and how you do it, and it spells it all out for them, okay? All right, so that's the marketing portal. All right, so we talked about the profile, we talked about RU, marketing. Let's get into boosh. And let's focus on some of these key things. I'm going to pause my screen sharing for a second and get into an account. And then we will talk through some of this. Are there any questions? Let me see. You're very welcome, Karen. She says, very helpful to update that info. Yes, for sure. Okay, let me know if there's anything else. Hello, I see a few people watching on Facebook. It's great to have you on. Okay, so I'm going to log into an account and we're going to kind of walk through some things. And there we go. So I'm taking you into my demo account, which won't be as exciting as yours, but at least we can get started. Now, when you first log into boosh, what may happen if you haven't done it already, it's going to ask you to accept terms and kind of walk you through the setup wizard. So if you're on that, if you're following along with me and you're looking on a separate computer or working on a separate computer at the same time, you may want to go ahead and power through those initial screens. Just keep hitting next, accept the terms, hit next, hit continue, next, and continue, and get all the way through. But I'm going to show you how to get back to some of those settings that you did initially, and for those of you that already went through it. So one of the first things you want to do is make sure you are set up and ready and eligible to get leads. So the boosh platform is a contact management or client relationship management database platform that you can use. Your remax.com leads will automatically go into your boosh account, as will leads from your individual boosh website, okay? And then your office website. But once you're in your dashboard initially, now you can set up this view however you like. Mine might look different than yours, but you want to go up here to the top right corner and you want to click on settings. So it's important that we make sure you're set up for leads. So like I said, we will take a much deeper dive into each of these sections of the CRM, but we're just going to get you set up really quick today on boosh. So where you want to go is you want to go to settings pages next. So let me just show you again. I went to settings and then I opened up settings pages, and then we're going to click on contacts and leads. So the next thing you want to do is click on notifications. So I highly recommend that you have pretty much checked off everything, because when it comes to leads and lead events, you do not want to miss a thing. So you'll notice the web is grayed out. What web means is on your desktop, you will see notifications. So up here where this little bell is in the top right corner, just like you would see on any other type of website, the web is grayed out because you're always going to get notifications on desktop. So web means desktop. Now, when it comes to the app, so as we just acquired boosh a couple of years ago, and Remax LLC is building this platform for us literally from the ground up. It's very exciting. A lot of great new things come out almost weekly. And what they're doing is they're in the process of fine-tuning the app, the boosh CRM mobile app that we had looked at earlier in this hour, and they're going to be enabling push notifications. So just like all the other apps that you have on your phone's going to light up even more. Whenever a lead events or things occur in your account, you will get those push notifications. So I would go ahead and turn all of these on right now. So these app notifications will occur when that gets enabled. In the meantime, though, you will get emails and you will get texts on different events. So check off all the emails. Again, you just don't want to miss out. And it's especially important you check off that you want text messages when brand new leads are offered to you, okay? So that's important. So we'll kind of walk through a couple of these. So a contact or lead is referred or transferred to me. One of the things we'll look at the very end is that you are able to share or send a contact to any other Remax agent in the US on this boosh platform. Let's say that you refer a client of yours to Florida, you'll be able to do that now. And they can also do it for you too. Or someone in your office can refer you one of their leads. Maybe there's a top producing agent that's too busy, you're brand new to real estate, and they want to refer you some leads on their listings that they just can't get to. They can transfer it to you. You will get a notification, in this case via email, that it's been shared or transferred to you. Now remember, I talked about something called a preferred buyer's agent. If someone uses your mobile app, you're the chosen one. You are their agent, right? So PBA, preferred buyer's agent. However, the consumer has the choice. So they could technically unchoose you. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but you would get notified. Now, be careful with this information. If that ever happens to you, I would not call them up and say, why did you unchoose me? Or why am I not your preferred buyer's agent? I would give it a little bit of time, maybe give them a quick call or text. Hey, just want to check in, see how things are going. Because you never know. They might think that you forgot about them. They might have their reasons, or, you know, maybe they're, whatever the case is, you should definitely stay in touch with them. So hopefully that doesn't happen. So if someone deletes their account, you would be notified. That means they would delete it off of remax.com. That would not take them out of your database. However, they will always be in there until you delete them, but hopefully you don't ever do that. If a lead is assigned to you, so an assignment is when you get, for instance, you get your own listing lead. If you get your own listing lead that's automatically assigned to you, that is if that person doesn't already have a preferred buyer's agent. So just want to be clear about that. Lead offering. So leads will be offered to you. And by the way, you have 1 hour to accept your listing leads. You have 1 hour to accept your leads offered to you. Leads that are offered to you will either be those that are re-offers from original listing leads that were missed by the original listing agent, or they are non-remax listings that were sent to you because you sign up for that zip code. But either way, when leads come to you, you get a text message. Just know there's urgency behind those. 1 hour to accept them. If it's a re-offer, it's 15 minutes. So I would say strive for 10 minutes to accept just about any lead that is offered to you. All right, if not sooner. If you're going to import or export contacts in and out of this system, which you can easily, then you would want to be notified of that. So I just kind of wanted to walk you through that really quick. Let's talk about offered leads. This is important as well. You can choose 10 zip codes of which you want to receive leads from. So again, if an original listing agent misses their lead and it's attached to the zip code of that property, if you're signed up for it and it's your turn to get a lead, then you get that lead. If it's a non-remax listing where someone wants a showing or has questions, you would get offered that lead if that's in one of your zip codes. And keep in mind, you have to wait your turn, because especially if you're in a metropolitan area like Boston, Indy, or in anywhere that there's dense population of remax agents, then you're not going to get one every single day necessarily, but you would be eligible, and when it's your turn to get a lead, then it will come to you. So this next section, make sure that you do not check any of these boxes because you're saying, I don't want to get leads from here. And your cell phone number. This is really important so you can get text notifications on leads. Now I want to quickly jump over to contacts and leads because this is where it can all get started. So how do you get contacts and leads into your system, right? So first of all, you can import them on your own. Now remax.com leads will automatically come into here. So that's something you don't have to set up. You don't have to do anything. They will come in. Right here, though, if I click import list, here's, if any of you have any integrations or have any CRMs that are popular in the industry coming into Remax, then these are the ones that we've partnered up with. So all you would need to do is to click one of them. Let's say it's Top Producer. And when you click next, it will ask you to log into your account, and then it will sync up your contacts and pull them over from Top Producer if this is your platform. Here's some of the others that you can take note of. Some of you use Pay for Boomtown. Some of you might even be using Buffini's Referral Maker, but it's the same way. You can also upload a CSV file. So let's say you downloaded your contacts from the MLS on the back end or your iPhone. You can actually get your contacts off your iPhone. Android is the same thing as Gmail contacts, but you can actually upload any contacts into here using a CSV file. And it'll pull it in, it'll confirm column headers, it'll do a lot of the work for you, which is fantastic. Something else you can do, now if you're going to obviously have floor time and you want to add an individual, you just got a phone call off your sign, or you just met a couple of people at a networking event or whatever it is, and you just got a referral sent to you, you can jump in here really quick and add this as an individual contact. Okay, and then even more important, this is exciting, where it says sync contacts. We just added this very recently and we're super excited about it, but you can now integrate and sync up your Gmail contacts or your Outlook. You can only do one at a time, you can't do both, but what this means, it's a two-way sync. So when you sync this up and you add a contact on your Gmail contacts, that will also go on to boosh and vice versa. So it will be a two-way sync, and you can set that up and get going on that. So that's relatively new. There are a few bugs they had to work through, but we're excited and we've got it. Now, something else in your account, you can also, while we're on this page, by the way, to get to this page, I'm just going to show you. You go to settings, and then you go to settings, pages, and then you go to system. So this is where you can go ahead and once again connect Gmail or Outlook. You can also add your transaction management paperless platform. So if you're using any of these three, which a lot of you are in your brokerage, you can connect your paperless account to the boosh platform, and that will be for the purpose of managing deals inside of here, buy and list side deals if you choose to do so. It's not required, but it certainly makes it a lot easier to help you use boosh as a one-stop shop. You can also integrate your BombBomb account, which I've already done on this demo account. So this is video email, which is never more important than now to keep that human connection. That is a subscription. It does cost extra, but we do have preferred pricing at Remax. So if you want to look into that, but you can now set this up so I can email out of my boosh account, and I can also send videos. So we'll look more into that when we do the boosh edition of this on November 16th. Lead forwarding. So as I mentioned, remax.com leads will come into your boosh account. However, these are other lead parsers that can come in too. So if you click and go through any leads you get from these platforms, whether you're paying or not, because you can get organic leads off of these, then I would go ahead and connect those and follow the steps to do so. All right. Okay, let's talk about websites in boosh, and then we'll wrap this up with Design Center and keep that real simple for you. So what you've got in the way of websites. So if you click on website and dashboard, now here's the thing, because right now you're trying to absorb so much information, if you just want to go in and publish your website, there's already out of the box content on your website created and good to go, and you have a website. So all you have to do is go over here and click the button that says publish, and you have a website. In fact, all you have to do is click on this. And here's something else I recommend that you bookmark. So you should go up here and bookmark this little star so that you can always get to your website. The system assigns you a domain name. So see, I'm using my test account, so that my domain name is testagent17.remax.com. Now yours is going to be, I've been playing around with this image, so I need to fix that. But what this is going to do is, this is going to give you an assigned domain. So remember that remax.net username. Mine was mhoyt. So my domain would be mhoyt.remax.com. If you want to use that as your domain on business cards and marketing, you have permission to do so by Remax. However, we encourage you to think about a custom domain, isellhomes.com or whatever it is. That one's probably taken. But let's take a look at this really quick. So an agent website. So again, I was just playing around. This is not a site that is being promoted in any way, but we'll take a look at some of the things. So the menu, so there's a search bar already set up for you, and you can customize these menu items as I've done here, but there's out of the box content ready to go. So you don't have to do anything but publish and then start promoting, which is great. So what you can do is, so if you want to, you can change the layout of the home page, but this is going to change the overall look of the page. I will caution you, if you start switching between layouts, it takes away the content you already created and you kind of have to start over. But when you go back to it, it brings it all back. So you'll see there's some different versions of this. So we'll do, let's do the agent search layout, and we'll do save. So now that just basically started me over, kind of wiped out everything I did, unless I go back to that template. So to lift the hood of the car, if you want to get started, see, I didn't do anything. It already has information in here. So that's great. So it's got here, and then I did play around with this a little bit. So it's got a video, but if I don't want the video, I'm just going to get rid of it. And by the way, those are YouTube links, but here's my bio. Okay, so remember what I was talking about. You need to have a bio, you need to update it. There's the social media, everything carries over from Max Center. I can add my Zillow reviews if I want. That was showing up from before. You will have out of the box content in here. And as you can see right now, oh, this is great. Look at this. This is the current live stream that we're doing right now. So this is a live stream from the Remax INTEGRA business page. You would stream your own business page to here. And then as you can see, all of these items can be added in social media. Here's the best advice I have for you to get started with your website. Do 4 things. search, about you, featured listings, and how to get in touch with you. Now I have a demo account, so I can show you how to add featured listings, but search is easy. That's set up once you choose your layout. People can search. There's about me. How to get in touch with me is here, and that's in form of social media, and at the bottom is contact form. But I can also add featured listings. If you want to add a block here, this is where you kind of want to spend some time. You can't break this, and you can build all this before you publish. So if you're concerned about that, just know that you can go in, make changes, and before you're ready to publish, you're good to go. So I can add featured listings, which would be my 6 most recent listings, or if I don't have 6, I'll have a fallback of the office listings, and I'll show you where to set that up. So this would add a block of featured listings here. But again, I've got a demo account, so it may not pull in any data for me. I'm just going to hit save and go back. And by the way, you can move these around. So what if I want my featured listings to be right up here above my social media? Then I can do that. And believe me, it would be here. Again, I have a demo account, so I don't have an MLS connection or IDX, but it would show up there. Okay. So just so you have a general idea how to get into that. Let me just show you really quick. There's a website setting here. Remember, there's lots of videos on Remax University to watch. I recommend you check the box if there's not enough listings to fill my listing block to supply listings from my office. Because remember, it's 6 at a time that they show in that featured listing block. So turn that on. This is also where you can require registration if they view a certain amount of listings, or you can have relaxed registration. Okay. All right, so that's a lot on boosh. There's other things that we will definitely explore on the 16th, but let's jump over to Design Center because this is really, really important. So one of the things that will happen, so first of all, Design Center is here, so you can click to go through there. I'm actually going to jump over to one area I want to show you. On Design Center, when you activate a listing, we have this very cool thing called Design Center Automation. So when you activate a listing on the MLS, you will be able to, what'll happen is Design Center will receive that information and they will end up creating this, it will automatically create a marketing package for that brand new listing and send it to you in form of an email so that you're ready to go and can instantly start promoting that property. So this is what it looks like. Here it is. Congrats on your new listing. You'll get this email sent to you if you haven't seen it already. You can immediately click through and build a Facebook ad and start advertising and promoting this particular listing right away. You can go to a 10-mile radius, 25-mile radius around it, whatever you want to do. You can also take advantage of these pre-created projects that Design Center's already done for you, a postcard, a flyer. It's all created for you and ready to go. Now, how do you get to that? When you click through to go to it, it'll take you straight into Design Center. And this is Design Center, which, by the way, again, is accessible through Max Center as its own application. And your listings get all sent to this section right here. Now, if you're brand new to real estate or you're on a team and your team leader's doing the listings, you will not see anything here. But active listings will be here, and solds will remain here for about 90 days. But let's take a look. So I'm going to choose one of these listings. We'll just go with this one here. You click Manage to get into the folder, and this will show me what projects have already been sent to me. And how do I do this? So first of all, remember all this came from the MLS. So the main photo will be here. It's just taking a minute to load, and all the other photos as well. There they go. They're loading now. So all the photos, the main photo, it's all here. When I click View Projects, this is going to show me whatever's already been sent to me. Now you'll notice there's a default template that's sent to you, but you can also create a project with a new template, other color schemes that you might be more interested in. So we can go back to the listing itself, and then we can check to see what some of the other options are. So we're going to click Create Marketing Package. Now there's 4 events that trigger an email that gets sent to you. There's Just Listed, Price Reduction, Open House, and Just Sold. There's a couple of coming soon packets here. I don't tend to endorse those because I know that's not necessarily allowed or might be frowned upon in your particular area. So talk to your broker owner about that. But what you'll be able to do is you can actually recreate the same package you just got, but in a different color template. So here's blue, here's more white. And as you keep scrolling down, you see all the different multicolor options. If you have a luxury listing, check with your broker owner on the price threshold in your particular market as to what deems a property luxury. But if it meets the criteria, typically it's twice the average price in your MLS. But again, check with your broker owner. It will automatically create a package for you in the collection branding. Okay. So it makes it really nice. It's classy, it's upscale, and it's ready to go, and you can start marketing. There's commercial items in here for lease and for sale, and then even more color schemes that you can come up with. So lots of options here. That's called Design Center Automation. That's going to be awesome. One of the things you want to do is talk about that in the listing presentation with a prospect by saying to them, just so you know, the minute I activate your property, I can instantly start marketing it because my system automatically creates this whole package. I'm ready to go, and it's that fast because they want to know, right? They want to know how you're going to market their property, how fast, especially if they're in a situation where there's major urgency involved. Let them know you have these tools in place that'll really help you, okay? Let's wrap up now on MaxCenter, and let's go to the referral platform. Remember, we were talking about setting up your MaxCenter profile and why that's so important. Well, let's finish up with one of the best things, and that's more opportunity for you to get more residual income, which is even better. Inside of the MaxCenter applications, what you want to do is locate the Remax referrals. In fact, favorite it so you can get to it at any time. So Remax referrals, what you're going to be able to do is you go into this platform, and with the example I mentioned earlier, let's say you have a client that comes to you and says, I want to buy a second home in Florida, or I want to move to Florida permanently. Can you connect me with an agent down there, or can you help me? When they say, can you help me? You absolutely always say yes. Don't ever say anything but yes, because you can. You now have access to 130,000 REMAX agents across the globe that you can send business to or receive business from. So how cool is that? So let's say that your client's moving to, we'll say they're going to Orlando, Florida. So you can just type it in, because if you don't know anyone down there, that's okay. But this is going to show me agents that are in an office that's physically located in Orlando, Florida. Now, this is where having a picture really can help you or hurt you. Having a picture or not on your profile. Matthew, I'm sure you're a nice person, but it's a balloon. I don't see your smiling face. So you start scrolling down, and that could potentially eliminate you. You just don't know. Now, some of these are staff, I get that. But notice too, what's really important, I want you to see this is not alphabetical results. What will happen is that every time you run this search, it's going to give you completely different results because it's got to be fair and equitable. If it's alphabetical, well, guess what? Those with the last name with the letter A are going to get all the leads, because you're not going to go keep scrolling and looking, right? You have 171 results, and that's just Orlando. That's not the greater Orlando area. So how do you narrow it down? Now, there are advanced filters. If you click here, it'll open it up. You can go by experience level. You can go by, anything else that when they joined, languages, of course, is always going to be an important criteria in certain instances. So you can look that up. So we'll just kind of scroll down the list. This is like a game show. I'll just spin the wheel. And so I'll click on Annette. She's smiling at me. Okay. So here's Annette. And first of all, remember all those profile things that we were talking about in the beginning? She's taken the time to actually give you her story. So how cool is that? That's awesome. So I feel a connection with her already. She has a picture, so that's a bonus. And then she's actually written her story, so I can learn more about her. Again, these are rapport building items that could really help you attract business from your fellow Remaxers. She's got lots of experience. Here's all her hobbies. And this is you sending business to her. What if your client has a boat? Well, there you go, boating and sailing. She's going to know exactly where to send them. Or they like golf. She likes it too. And then here's her service area. So maybe they said to you, well, we're thinking Orlando, but maybe St. Augustine. Well, her service areas will be called out as well. So let's say I pick up, and here's what you got to do. Pick up the phone and call her. Don't just send her a referral and then to hope for the best. I highly recommend you call her. Text her. Can we talk? I've got a referral for you. Have that conversation, because guess what? Here at Remax, we don't charge any referral fees at all. This is an agent-to-agent transaction. You decide with the other agent, wherever they're located, what that referral fee is going to be and how that's going to end up between the two of you. Once you make that decision, you go in here you click send referral, and it's automatically going to create this form where she's the receiving agent and you are the sending agent. This is where you fill in the referral fee. What's it based on? Whatever you agree upon. Maybe it's a flat fee, maybe it's not. Talk to your broker owner before you send one of these for the first time, or even get that call where they want to talk about a referral fee where you're getting business from outside your state or area. Talk to your broker owner about what's reasonable and what's typical, and get advice from them. So, because there's no right or wrong answers, but they can assist you with that. Again, awesome opportunity for more residual income. I remember talking to an agent on a panel last week. He's from Toronto. He can attribute over $80,000 of his yearly income this year to remax referrals. So that it doesn't get more powerful than that. So that's very cool. All right, client information you fill in, and then you've also got more details you can add, and then you hit send. Here's the last thing that you can do that makes it super easy on both of you. You go back to your boosh account, you go to your contacts and leads, and you look up this client. Now, first of all, you better have that client in your database, but add them with the details. You find the person, I'll just pick someone here. You open up their contact record, which looks like this. Spend some time in your contact record so you know what's going on. And then over here where it says actions, you're going to click send, and then you type in the name of that agent. So who is our person? Annette. Let's start typing her name in. There she is. You can send this contact record to any remax agent in the US. You cannot send it outside of the US, but anyone, it will go into their boosh account, and then you're good to go. So they will get that information from you. I want to thank you so much for staying with me for this whole hour. Are there any last minute questions? Was this helpful? Are you ready to go? And are you going to join me on the 16th to take a deeper dive into boosh? Just let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Hello, those of you watching on Facebook. I appreciate your time as well. I don't see any questions over there. Last call? Anything? Okay. You're very welcome, Karen. Thank you for attending. It's great to have you all. Again, welcome to Remax to those of you that are newer, and then hello to those of you that are not necessarily, but we really appreciate your time. And like I said, join us again on the 16th. I'll send you this recording by the end of today, okay? Thanks so much. Go Remax.